Stop blaming the rifle every time your zero shifts, because the glass on top may be the real weak link. Seven-scope brands promise brighter images, tougher tracking, and rock-solid reliability, but only a few deliver when the weather turns ugly. One brand wins on value, another dominates in low light, and one is built for the worst conditions nature can throw at it. But the brand sitting at number one combines clarity, durability, and field-proven performance better than everything else on this list. Starting at number 7, Trijicon. This brand earned its reputation by building optics that refuse to become the weak link when weather, recoil, and rough handling start beating on your gear. The design language is blunt and functional. No flashy gimmicks. No delicate controls hanging off every side. Just clear glass, a rugged housing, and a reticle that stays visible when a battery-powered system could leave you staring at darkness. Under the hood, the AccuPoint line uses a clever dual illumination system. Fiber optics collect available light during the day and direct it into the reticle, automatically increasing or reducing brightness as conditions change. As ambient light fades, the tritium source keeps the aiming point visible while the fiber optic system contributes less light, all without batteries. That matters on remote hunts because there is no switch to forget and no dead battery waiting to ruin the moment. Behind the glass, Trijicon delivers strong edge-to-edge clarity and a clean sight picture that works especially well in thick timber and changing light. The AccuPoint is the signature choice for battery-free reliability, while the Credo HX offers more conventional electronic illumination. Hunters wanting something simpler can look toward the Huron line. Across the range, the common theme is field durability, not oversized feature lists. Here is the deal breaker. Trijicon charges premium money for a deliberately simple system. Some buyers will want more reticle choices, exposed elevation controls, or advanced ballistic features for the same investment. Tritium illumination also fades gradually over many years. Still, if dependable illumination matters more than electronic gadgets, Trijicon remains one tough piece of glass. Sound off below if you would trust a battery-free reticle when the light disappears. Moving up to number 6, Burris. This is the wild card of the group because Burris refuses to stay in one lane. The company builds straightforward hunting glass for guys who want simplicity, but it also produces some of the most ambitious digital optics on the market. From the affordable Fullfield series to the high-tech Veracity PH and Eliminator lines, Burris gives hunters more choices than most brands in this ranking. The mechanic's insight is the PEK system inside the Veracity PH. Instead of using a traditional elevation turret with fixed clicks, Burris combines a clickless mechanical dial with a digital position sensor. After the shooter loads a ballistic profile through the Burris Connect app, the scope tracks the turret's movement and converts it into precise elevation data. The internal display can show the selected distance, elevation value, rifle angle, cant, wind hold, and battery status without forcing the shooter to lift away from the glass. The PEK system adjusts in increments as fine as 1/10 of a minute of angle. In the field, the dial moves with a smooth, controlled sweep rather than a staircase of hard clicks. The display updates as the turret turns, removing much of the mental math that slows people down under pressure. If the battery loses power, the Veracity PH can still function as a conventional optic. Hunters wanting a fully mechanical setup can choose the redesigned Veracity series, which uses high-definition glass, a double-spring turret system, and a zero-click stop. Here is the deal breaker. Burris can bury the user under features, setting up profiles, confirming environmental data, managing batteries, and learning the display takes more effort than mounting a traditional scope and checking zero. The damage to your wallet also climbs fast in the digital lines. Still, Burris earns number 6 because few brands blend affordable hunting optics, dependable mechanical scopes, and genuinely useful ballistic technology this well. Now we get serious at number 5, Nightforce. This brand does not chase featherweight designs or flashy electronics. It builds scopes around one priority: mechanical reliability. The ATACR line is the heavyweight flagship. The NX8 packs much of that capability into a more compact body, and the SHV gives hunters a simpler entry point. Every model feels engineered for the guy who would rather carry extra weight than question whether his Zero survived the trip. Under the hood, Nightforce's signature mechanism is zero stop. Once the scope is zeroed, the elevation system creates a fixed mechanical stopping point at that original setting. A shooter can dial elevation, lose track of the rotation, and then turn the turret back until it reaches that solid stop. No counting revolutions, no guessing in poor light. The clicks feel dense and deliberate, while the return to zero lands with the confidence of a steel door locking shut. The NX8 2.5 to 20 by 50 shows why hunters respect this brand. It packs a broad magnification range into a body only 12 inches long, offers first or second focal plane configurations, and provides 110 minutes of elevation adjustment. The trade-off is that the first focal plane version still weighs 28.3 ounces. Here is the deal breaker: weight. Put an ATACR on a lightweight mountain rifle, and the balance can feel like somebody strapped a brick over the receiver. The price also sets you back serious money. Nightforce earns number 5 because its tracking and construction are brutally dependable. But wait until number 1. That brand delivers the field reliability hunters demand without making an all-day rifle feel like a bench gun. Stepping up to number 4, ZEISS. This is where the ranking crosses into serious European glass. ZEISS scopes are built around image quality first, and you notice it when shadows start swallowing detail. Colors stay natural, fine edges remain separated, and the image does not look washed out when the sun is sitting low. The Conquest V4 brings that optical character into a practical hunting package, while the Victory line pushes clarity and low-light performance into the luxury tier. Looking at the lenses, ZEISS uses its T-star coating to control reflection at every air-to-glass surface. The coating is tuned to the individual lens instead of being applied as one generic formula across the entire system. Less reflected light means more useful light reaches the shooter's eye, improving contrast when conditions get ugly. On the outside, Lotu Tech creates a hydrophobic surface inspired by the lotus leaf. Water forms tight, rounded beads instead of spreading across the glass, so rain rolls away more easily and carries loose contamination with it. ZEISS reports a water contact angle greater than 110 degrees. That does not magically make the scope see through a storm, but it helps preserve a usable sight picture and makes mud, oil, and fingerprints easier to remove. Here is the deal breaker: value. A Conquest V4 to 16 by 44 can set you back around $1,275, and you are paying primarily for glass quality, coatings, and precise construction, not a huge collection of electronic features. Still, for hunters who care more about seeing clean detail than owning another gadget, ZEISS earns its place at number 4. Entering the elite tier at number 3, Swarovski Optik. This is the brand hunt by when seeing one more detail in the shadows matters more than saving a few dollars. Look through a Swarovski at dawn, and the image feels unusually calm. Colors remain neutral, the edges stay sharp, and fine texture stands out without the harsh artificial contrast found in cheaper glass. The Z5i Plus targets lightweight mountain hunters, while the Z8i line brings a massive zoom range and a wider, more forgiving viewing experience. The mechanic's insight is Swarovski's redesigned ballistic turret. Instead of forcing the hunter to memorize tiny elevation numbers, the system can be configured around known distances for a specific ballistic profile. After zeroing, the hunter uses marked reference points to dial the required correction and then returns to the original zero position. The latest Z5i Plus system provides 3 times the adjustment range of the previous generation, giving it much more room for extended distance setups. Through the Z8i Plus, the sight picture snaps into focus like somebody wiped a layer of haze off the landscape. Its 8x zoom system lets one scope cover close woodland and open terrain, while the enlarged eye box makes head placement more forgiving during fast field positions. The system is polished, intuitive, and built around helping the hunter identify detail without fighting the optic. Here is the deal breaker. Swarovski is unapologetically hunting-focused. Shooters wanting dense tactical reticles, oversized exposed turrets, and first focal plane competition layouts may find the traditional interface too restrained. This glass is built to identify clearly, dial cleanly, and hunt, not imitate a competition scope. That specialization keeps Swarovski at number 3, but its optical performance is absolutely throne level. Closer to the crown at number 2, Vortex Optics. No other brand on this list covers as much ground. A beginner can start with a Crossfire or Diamondback. A serious hunter can move into the Viper line, and a demanding backcountry shooter can step up to the Razor HD LHT. That range, combined with one of the strongest warranty programs in the industry, has turned Vortex into the safe recommendation when somebody wants useful features without gambling on an unknown name. Under the turret, the Rev Stop Zero system uses a dedicated zero ring to create a solid return point beneath the elevation dial. Once the rifle is zeroed and the ring is installed, the hunter can dial elevation for a longer shot and then rotate the turret back until it reaches the mechanical stop. It is simple, fast, and much harder to lose under pressure than counting full revolutions. Vortex combines this with a locking elevation turret on several Razor hunting models, preventing brush or pack straps from silently changing the setting. The Razor HD LHT 2-10x40 shows what Vortex does best. It weighs only 18.4 ounces, uses an apochromatic optical system to correct color across the visible spectrum, and carries XR Plus anti-reflective coatings on every air-to-glass surface. The result is a light scope with crisp contrast and very little colored fringing around bright edges. Here is the deal breaker: consistency across the lineup. A Razor can deliver premium glass and polished controls, but an entry-level Crossfire does not suddenly become premium because it wears the same logo. The cheaper models can show tighter eye boxes, softer edge detail, and less refined turret feel. Buyers need to judge the specific product line, not just the Vortex name. Even so, the combination of selection, practical engineering, customer protection, and real hunting performance pushes Vortex all the way to number 2. The number 1 spot belongs to Leupold, not because it produces the most expensive glass or the heaviest tactical tube, but because it understands what a hunting scope must do better than anyone else on this list. A Leupold needs to stay light, survive hard recoil, control glare, hold zero, and remain simple when the hunter is cold, tired, and running out of daylight. That complete balance is what takes the crown. The mechanic's insight is the CDSZL2 elevation system. The hunter provides cartridge, bullet, velocity, elevation, and environmental information, and Leupold creates a laser-marked dial matched to that ballistic profile. Instead of converting distance into minutes or mils, the hunter ranges the target and turns the dial to the corresponding yardage. The zero lock button prevents accidental movement, while the 2-revolution design provides additional adjustment for longer distances. Now compare it directly. Swarovski delivers more optical luxury, but Leupold provides a simpler and more practical dialing system for the American hunter. Nightforce offers tank-like tracking, but the NX8 2.5 to 20 by 50 weighs 28.3 ounces. A current VX-5HD 3 to 15 by 44 configuration weighs only 19.7 ounces. These are different configurations, but the comparison reveals each brand's priority. Nightforce favors additional mechanical mass, while Leupold keeps the hunting package noticeably lighter. Vortex comes dangerously close with its huge selection and outstanding warranty, but Leupold wins through refinement. The professional-grade optical system manages glare, the guard ion coating sheds water and dirt, and the lightweight housing disperses recoil energy without feeling oversized. It gives you the rugged confidence of Nightforce, the field practicality Vortex buyers love, and enough optical performance to challenge the European brands, all in a package designed to be carried from daylight to dark. That is why Leupold is the #1 hunting scope brand on this list. 7 brands, 7 completely different ways to solve the same problem. Trijicon gives you battery-free confidence. Burris brings ballistic technology into the sight picture. Nightforce delivers mechanical toughness. ZEISS and Swarovski chase optical perfection. Vortex covers nearly every budget and hunting style. But Leupold takes the crown because it brings the entire package together. Clear glass, reliable tracking, a lightweight body, smart ballistic dialing, and enough toughness to survive years of real field use without turning your hunting rifle into an overweight range rig. Look, the best scope is not automatically the most expensive one. Match the optic to the terrain, the distance, the rifle, and the conditions you actually hunt in. Then verify your zero, learn every control, and practice before the season begins. Premium glass cannot replace solid fundamentals. Now sound off below, which of these 7 brands would you trust when the light is fading and there is no room for equipment failure? Train hard, stay safe, and I will see you downrange.